So with Mr. Trump's big speech last night, got to be asking whether Republicans will be able to keep the House in 2026. Joining us now is the great Ohio Congressman, Mr. Jim Jordan, who is chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. Mr. Jordan, it is always great to see you.
Good to be with you, Larry.
Now, I'm going to argue the president's speech basically is going to be the horse you ride on for re-electing the Republican House. And you heard the speech, and you know what the politics are regarding the House. So what is the outlook as we discuss this before Christmas?
Well, no, I think good, because I think we've had a remarkable year. I always say we make this job, I probably said it to you, Larry, we make this job way too complicated. It's really pretty basic. What'd you tell the voters you were going to do when you ran for the job? If you get elected, go do what you said. No one has done that better than President Trump. And of course, we've helped achieve the things that he's accomplished in this past year. So we just got to tell the voters. I mean, think about it. President Trump said he would cut taxes. He did. President Trump said he would secure the border. He did. We put in the big, beautiful bill, the largest tax cut in history, the largest investment in border security in history. President Trump said he'd get men out of women's sports. He did. President Trump said he would make sure Iran doesn't get nuclear capability. He did that. He said he would get the hostages back to Israel. He did that. He said he would increase in enlistment and recruitment into the armed services. He did that. And a bunch of other things like permitting we were talking about, all kinds of things he's done on the regulatory front, the tax front, and then just basic things that you're supposed to do when you run the federal government, like secure the border. So he has done what he said better than anyone I've ever seen. We need to go talk about that. And frankly, I would add one other thing. I do think it's always important to remind the voters that, remember, the left, not all Democrats, but the left is crazy, and talk about all their crazy policies. And then that's the comparison. Do you want to go back to crazy, or do you want common sense and the things we've accomplished with President Trump's leadership in the past year?
Did he convince voters last evening that there is, in fact, going to be an economic boom in 2026? Because an economic boom will re-elect you and then some. Did he convince people? Are we going to see it in the sentiment polls and the confidence polls and the political polls, for that matter?
I think what he said, what he's done in this first year, have laid the groundwork for voters to be convinced. But in the end, they're going to have to feel it and see it. So that means the things you were talking about, interest rates come down. That's going to help with young families purchasing that first home. Gas prices are already down. When the big, beautiful bill really kicks in, these tax cuts, that's going to be helpful. The regulatory reforms we have done on energy and everything else, that's going to be helpful. And when this tariff issue gets fully ironed out, that's going to be helpful as well. So the trade deals, all these things together, I do believe they're going to kick in as we go into 2026 and moving through the second quarter of 26, and then that's good. That's good political environment.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, as you say, I have this in my riff. Let's not make this any harder than it needs to be. Supply side tax cuts, deregulation, drill, baby, drill. Reciprocal fair trade. Let's not. I mean, these are the building blocks of the. I call it his reimagining new capitalism and prosperity. But here's the thing. My other question to you, Ms. Jordan, as a senior member of the House and a chairman of the big committee, will the members go out there and carry the Trump scrolls? Because you've got to read off the scroll. I mean, if you don't do it, you're going to lose. You try to get fancy, you try to ignore it, or you think because your father-in-law doesn't like Trump, you shouldn't like Trump. I mean, come on. The people that lost, in Jersey and Virginia, they didn't talk Trump. I don't know what they did. You got to talk Trump. Bruce Blakeman won in Long Island. He was talking Trump and tax cuts and deregulation. You always talk Trump because you're one of the greats. But I'm just saying, will your colleagues go out there and talk Trump and his agenda?
What'd you say? Read off the same scroll, sing off the same song sheet. Go talk like the president. I agree. Go out there and convey the message. Here's what we said we would do. Here's what we did. Exactly what the election was about. What we told you we were going to do.
And here's what we're going to do. Wait a second.
Exactly.
Here's what we're going to do.
Yes, keep electing us, and we're going to do that. I mean, that's how this thing works. What was your old boss and the guy you love, Ronald Reagan, as much as President Trump? You said Reagan always said you paint with big, bold colors.
Yes.
Here's
Yes.
what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's
and President
right.
Trump,
That's
President Trump is the best at that.
Pastel
so that's
color-
how we got to say it.
Pastels are for wusses. Bold colors are for Trump and Reagan and winners and Jim Jordan and people like that. Honestly, they got to go out and fight it out. You know that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying, you all have to help him. He can't do it alone. You all have to help.
No.
He's given you the scrolls. He's given you the prosperity formula. Now take it to the folks and keep repeating it.
I agree. And remember, the president, his chief of staff said this, he's going to campaign and try to help us as hard as he did in 24. So even though he's not at the top of the ticket, he's going to be doing those teletown halls. He's going to be going into these key districts with the energy and the enthusiasm and the bold message that he has. We just got to do the same thing.
All right. One of the greatest of the greats, Chairman Jim Jordan. Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas. Thank you for helping us all the time.